Can you win a title with Jalen Brunson as your best player? I text that to you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
I think so.
You think you can?
I think you have to have the right formula. You have to have the right specialists. But because he's willing to play both ends of the floor, he's not just a one-end guy. I think that's the biggest thing with that we're finding out about Luka, even though he's dinged up. If he played both ends of the floor the way Brunson did, then it saves you having to do all this extra rotation stuff and manage minutes and all of those sorts of things.
Sub in and out, yeah.
Yeah.
My answer would be no. I think the history of the NBA tells us that undersized guards being the best player on the team does not result in high-level success very often.
Well, somebody had a funny tweet, Dirt, and I guess I didn't think about it, but they said nobody will ever wear the number 11 in a Knicks uniform again. I know we're laughing. This dude is doing something where...
it's insane. His run's amazing. It really is. 40-point games. He did it again last night at home, but do you think you can win a title with Damian Lillard as your best player on the floor? On the best player on your team?
Yeah, I think you can.
I think tough thing is what Swag is highlighting.
I think you got to have specialists.
You have to be perfect around him. And I don't.
So you've got a guy who's a three, DiVincenzo, who can knock down threes from all over the place. You have the ultimate glue guy in Josh Hart. What they need to fix is the front court. Think about them. Would you say Jalen Brunson is better than Bam Adebayo?
Yes.
Would you say he's better than Rudy Gobert?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Put those two guys in his front court and tell me about that starting five with New York. Could they win a championship?
Are they beating Denver?
I'm not saying they will, but I'm saying could they?
Could they beat the Boston Celtics?
Could they beat the Celtics and get to the finals?
Yeah, that's what's important.
I think the tough part with this, too, is that New York has been a lot of fun to watch. That atmosphere was great last night. They got Philly in the first round with Embiid on one leg. Yeah. That benefited them in that series. They are playing outside of Cleveland, who shouldn't even be in the second round of the playoffs. Like, Indiana's not that good. And this is a series that is 3-2 going to Game 6. Like, I think we just all need to Brunson is unbelievable. I'm not taking anything away from Brunson. I'm just talking about New York as a team.
You have the right coach, too, because they play a very physical defensive style. So if they have to slow down and grind it out, you can still do that. And that's why I say if they address the front court, if you found a rebounding specialist and a defensive specialist, I think they could do it. I don't know that they would, but I wouldn't dismiss that group.
Okay, so let's just assume, which is dangerous, but let's assume that they get past Indy. Okay, they close this out.
Sure.
If they get OG back, how many games does the Boston series go?
5.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's at least 6.
Okay.
And that's just with what they have now, which is like 5 guys.
Yeah, I think Boston's the better complete team.
I don't disagree with you. I would pick Boston to win that series. I just think if Boston's going to F around for at least one game,
which we know that they will,
New York can bully their way into a second game.
Okay.
And a 6-game series with a 60, is it 64? Is it 65? However many wins the Celtics had, the clear dominant favorite of their conference. They were at one point a minus 500 to win the East.
Sure.
That's an insane thing to
and
even
they got to go to
in.
MSG then to win Game 6 to avoid the Game 7 and all the pressure.
Brunson's 5th game with 40-plus points. He joined this list. This is from Nick Wright yesterday. The list of people who've ever had 5 or more 40-point playoff games in 1 year. LeBron had 8. Jerry West had 8 in a season. MJ did this 3 different times. 7 1 year, 6 1 year, 6 another. Bernard King, Allen Iverson, Elgin Baylor, Rick Barry, Kareem, Hakeem, Shaq, and now him.
Yeah. I think the more valid question for New York, we just disagree a little bit on where they're at as a team. This is a really fun run, but I don't quite put them in that championship contender category. I think the question for them is, has this run and the play of Jalen Brunson made them attractive enough to go get the piece that they truly need to put them over the top? Which is one more playmaking. Is
that piece available?
I don't know. Maybe it's Kevin Durant. Maybe it's Devin Booker. I have no clue.
Do you watch this team and think Kevin Durant makes sense for him?
I think they need another. I think they need another guy to take the offensive pressure off of him.
I think he's too old, and that injury history. He's going to play Tibbs minutes.
Maybe not.
And play defense that intensely?
I'm just throwing out, I think they need another offensive piece in order to be a serious NBA championship contender. I see what Swag's saying, having some help interior defensively. If you got Bam and Rudy Gobert, two of the best defensive bigs in the league, like, okay, have fun pulling that trade off. But they need another piece in order to win a championship. I think there is a massive gap between being a fun contending team, a la our Portland Trailblazers in 2019 when we made the conference finals, and being an NBA championship team when we got swept by a Golden State team that didn't have two of their best players. There's a massive gap there, and I think that massive gap exists between Boston and Denver and New York.
To get some serious front line, big-time rim protection, rebounding help, you can bring Hartenstein then as your third big off the bench. Then you can, whatever draft pick you have, see if you can find, a 3-and-D guy to be a role guy off the bench. I don't see, especially in the East, I don't see where they can't get to the finals. And if you're in the finals, then you got a shot.
I mean, they have had Jalen Brunson go on one of the best postseason runs we've ever seen from a guard. That's not big. Like, this is literally one of the best postseason runs we've ever seen from a guard.
That's why I'm asking if you can win a title if he's your lead dog.
Dante DiVincenzo has had an unbelievable postseason.
I have audio of DiVincenzo.
Josh Hart is playing at an incredibly high level, basically every minute of every game, and they are at 3-2 in the second round against the Indiana Pacers.
He had a moment, DiVincenzo had to be broken up from Miles Turner after a screen, and we had John Boy Media basically read the lips of Dante DiVincenzo and sum it up for us.
Bumps into this dude. Hey, get out of my way. Trying to move. Get out of my way, dude. Oh, hit him in the head. He goes, out of here. What the you doing? You doing, bitch? You doing? And then it's a whole pile up, and he's just trying to you doing? Trying to get an answer. Can't get an answer out of him. Everyone separates him, and he's got to leave. People scream in his face because they're excited.
The white guy off yesterday between McConnell and DiVincenzo was great. No, I belong on the court. No, I belong on the court.
And then them calling out Miles Turner after the game, saying he's not hard. Nobody's fighting in the NBA. Entertaining. For a very bad 30-point game that was almost unwatchable, at least we had one moment there at the end.
I'm with Swag. I think you build the roster out well. That I just need the guy to get the clutch bucket, and that's what he's shown he can do.
Okay.